Let me ask you something. What if I told you that staying healthy after 50 isn't about expensive supplements, strict diets, or sweating in the gym for hours? In fact, most people are doing the exact opposite of what really works. And that's why they feel tired, weak, and old before their time. Here's the truth. Aging doesn't have to mean losing your energy, your independence, or your joy. Yet so many of us fall into the same traps: skipping meals, avoiding exercise, spending too much time sitting, or relying only on medicine instead of lifestyle changes. The result? More joint pain, higher blood pressure, poor sleep, and a constant feeling of fatigue. Think about it. How many times have you said, "I'm just getting old. That's why I feel this way"? But aging is only part of the story. What really steals our health are the daily habits we ignore. The good news? Staying healthy doesn't mean turning your life upside down. It comes down to simple, powerful choices, things anyone can do starting today. Small steps that add years to your life and life to your years. So let's uncover the 5 most important things we should all do to stay healthy, no matter our age. 1. Nourish your body with real food. Let's begin with the most powerful foundation of health: food. Because the truth is, what we eat every single day either builds us up or slowly tears us down. Think about it. Your body is like a house. If you keep building it with cheap, weak materials, eventually the walls will crack, the roof will leak, and the foundation will weaken. But if you use strong, high-quality materials, that house can last a lifetime. Food works the exact same way. And yet, when it comes to nutrition, especially after 50, many of us fall into the trap of convenience foods, processed snacks, fried foods, sugary drinks, and quick takeout meals. These foods fill our stomach, but starve our cells. They're packed with calories, but empty of the vitamins, minerals, and fiber our bodies desperately need. Now, here's something most people don't realize. As we age, our nutrient needs actually increase, while our calorie needs decrease. That means you may be eating the same amount you did in your 30s or 40s, but your body now extracts less benefit from it. And if you're eating empty calories, you're not just maintaining, you're slowly declining. So how do we fix this? The answer is simple, but life-changing. Eat real, whole, nutrient-dense foods. The power of colorful foods. Nature has given us a rainbow of protection. Red tomatoes, green spinach, orange carrots, purple berries, all of these contain special compounds called phytonutrients. These are like little soldiers that fight inflammation, protect your heart, sharpen your brain, and even reduce cancer risk. For example, tomatoes are rich in lycopene, which protects against prostate and breast cancer. Spinach gives us iron and magnesium for energy and strong muscles. Berries are loaded with antioxidants that slow down aging at the cellular level. Here's an easy rule. If your plate looks beige, rice, bread, fried meat, potatoes, it's time to add color. The more color, the more protection. Building a healthy plate, made simple. A healthy meal doesn't have to be complicated. Here's the 50-25-25 rule. 50% of your plate, vegetables and fruits. Go for variety, not just potatoes. Think leafy greens, cucumbers, carrots, tomatoes, oranges, apples, berries. 25% of your plate, lean protein. This can be fish, chicken, beans, tofu, lentils, or eggs. 25% of your plate, whole grains or healthy starch. Choose brown rice, quinoa, oats, or whole wheat instead of white bread or refined rice. Drizzle with healthy fats like olive oil, avocado, or a handful of nuts. And you've got a meal that fights disease, not fuels it. Hydration, the forgotten nutrient. Water is often ignored, but dehydration is one of the leading causes of fatigue, headaches, constipation, and even confusion in seniors. Our thirst mechanism weakens with age, so by the time you feel thirsty, you may already be dehydrated. The solution? Keep a glass or bottle of water nearby and sip throughout the day. Aim for at least 6 to 8 cups daily. Herbal teas and water-rich foods like watermelon, cucumber, and oranges also help. Foods that harm us after 50. Now, let's be real. It's not just about what we should eat, but also about what we should avoid. Sugary drinks like soda and packaged juices. These spike blood sugar and fuel diabetes. Fried foods. They increase bad cholesterol and cause inflammation in your joints. Processed meats, like sausages, bacon, hot dogs. These are linked to heart disease and cancer. Refined carbs like white bread, cookies, cakes. They cause energy crashes and belly fat. Too much salt raises blood pressure and damages kidneys. I'm not saying you must cut these out forever, but limit them. Think of them as occasional treats, not daily habits. Food and the brain connection. Here's something fascinating. What you eat doesn't just affect your body, it shapes your brain. Scientists now call Alzheimer's disease type 3 diabetes because it may be as so strongly linked to poor diet and blood sugar control. Studies show that seniors who follow a Mediterranean-style diet, rich in fish, nuts, vegetables, olive oil, and whole grains, have sharper memory, lower risk of dementia, and even less depression. So when you choose whole foods, you're not just protecting your heart, you're protecting your mind. Practical tips for daily life. Let me give you some easy, real-world examples of how you can start eating healthier today. Breakfast. Instead of white bread and jam, try oatmeal with berries, flax seeds, and a drizzle of honey. Lunch. A big salad with leafy greens, cucumbers, chickpeas, grilled chicken, and olive oil dressing. Snack. Swap chips for a handful of nuts or carrot sticks with hummus. Dinner. Baked salmon with roasted sweet potatoes and steamed broccoli. And here's my favorite. Batch cook once a week. Roast a tray of vegetables, boil some brown rice, and cook a pot of beans or lentils. Store them in containers and mix and match for quick meals. Plant versus animal protein, the balanced approach. There's a big debate. Should seniors eat more plant protein or animal protein? The truth is, both can be good, as long as you choose wisely. Animal protein, fish, chicken, eggs, and dairy provide complete protein and important nutrients like B12 and calcium. Plant protein, beans, lentils, tofu, quinoa, nuts, are heart-friendly and packed with fiber. Best option? A balance. Maybe fish twice a week, eggs a few times, and plant-based meals most days. The timing of eating. Here's something overlooked. Not just what you eat, but when you eat matters. As we age, our metabolism slows, so heavy late-night dinners can cause indigestion, acid reflux, and poor sleep. Try to eat your last meal 2 to 3 hours before bed. And don't skip breakfast. It jumpstarts your metabolism and prevents overeating later. Food is also about joy. Finally, remember, food is not just fuel. It's joy, culture, and connection. Share meals with loved ones. Try new recipes. Enjoy the flavors. Healthy eating doesn't mean boring. It means delicious and life-giving. So the next time you sit down for a meal, ask yourself, is this food helping me stay healthy, or is it stealing from my future? Because every bite is a choice, and small choices add up to a stronger, longer, and happier life. Now let's talk about movement, something that might be the closest thing we have to a magic pill. Here's a shocking fact. Physical inactivity is now the 4th leading cause of death worldwide, according to the World Health Organization. And for seniors, sitting too much doesn't just steal years, it steals independence. Think about it. How many people do you know who stopped moving much after 60, and within just a few years, they needed help walking, climbing stairs, or even doing simple daily tasks? That doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow decline caused by inactivity. But here's the hopeful truth. Our bodies are designed to move at every age. And no matter how old you are, movement has the power to reverse damage, rebuild strength, and restore energy. Why seniors lose strength faster? After 50, we naturally lose 1 to 2% of muscle every year if we don't stay active. This condition, called sarcopenia, is one of the main reasons older adults feel weak and frail. Less muscle means weaker bones, poor balance, slower metabolism, and higher risk of falls. But here's the good news. Muscle loss isn't destiny. It's a choice. With the right kind of movement, you can build strength at 60, 70, or even 80 years old. Studies show seniors who lift light weights or do body weight exercises just 2 to 3 times per week gain back muscle, improve balance, and reduce fall risk by up to 40%. The power of walking, the simplest exercise? Walking. It doesn't require equipment, memberships, or fancy clothes. Just your legs and a pair of shoes. Walking 30 minutes a day improves heart health, lowers blood pressure, reduces the risk of diabetes, strengthens bones, and even boosts mood. It also improves brain health. Research shows walking regularly increases blood flow to the brain, sharpening memory and reducing dementia risk. Don't have 30 minutes at once? Break it into 3 10-minute walks. After breakfast, after lunch, after dinner. Small steps, literally, create big changes. Strength training, your anti-aging weapon. Most seniors avoid strength training because they think it's too intense or dangerous. But the truth is, it's one of the most important habits you can build. Strength training doesn't mean lifting heavy barbells. It can be as simple as using light dumbbells or resistance bands, doing chair squats, standing up and sitting down repeatedly, wall push-ups or counter push-ups, carrying grocery bags instead of using a cart. Why is this so critical? Because strength training builds muscle, strengthens bones, protects joints, and boosts metabolism. In fact, one study found that seniors who did resistance training just twice a week cut their risk of disability by nearly 50%. Flexibility and balance, the silent protectors. When people think of exercise, they often forget balance and flexibility. But these are lifesavers for seniors. Poor balance is the #1 cause of falls, and falls are the leading cause of injury in older adults. Practices like Tai Chi, yoga, and stretching improve balance, mobility, and posture. Even 10 minutes a day can reduce fall risk, ease joint stiffness, and improve confidence. Imagine being able to bend, reach, climb stairs, and walk without fear. That's what flexibility and balance training give you. Fun ways to stay active. Exercise doesn't have to feel like a chore. Here are some enjoyable options. Dancing boosts coordination, heart health, and joy. Swimming or water aerobics. Easy on the joints, great for full body strength. Gardening. Yes, pulling weeds and carrying soil counts as exercise. Group classes. Add social connection while staying fit. The key is finding something you actually enjoy. If you hate running, don't run. If you love gardening, do more of it. Consistency matters more than intensity. The rule of consistency. Here as something important. It's better to move a little every day than to exercise hard once a week. Our bodies thrive on daily movement. Even 10 minutes here and there. Walking while talking on the phone, stretching while watching TV, doing squats while waiting for the kettle to boil, adds up. The brain benefits of movement. Exercise isn't just about muscles, it's about the mind. Regular movement increases the release of feel-good hormones like serotonin and dopamine, which fight depression and anxiety. It also stimulates the growth of new brain cells, improving memory and focus. In fact, studies show seniors who exercise regularly reduce their risk of Alzheimer's disease by up to 50%. That means movement is not just about living longer. It's about staying sharp, independent, and engaged. A simple weekly plan for seniors. Want a practical roadmap? Here's a balanced weekly plan. 3 days. Strength training, 15 to 20 minutes, with light weights, bands, or body weight. 5 days. Walking or light cardio, 20-30 minutes. Daily. 5 to 10 minutes of stretching or balance practice. That's it. You don't need to spend hours at the gym. You just need consistency. Movement. Freedom. Here's what I want you to remember. Movement isn't punishment. It's freedom. The freedom to pick up your grandchild. The freedom to travel. The freedom to walk without fear. 3. Prioritize restorative sleep. Let me ask you a question. How many nights in the past week did you get a full, uninterrupted 7-8 hours of sleep? Be honest. If the answer is not many, you're not alone. Sleep is one of the most underrated keys to health, especially for seniors. Yet it's also one of the most common struggles. In fact, studies show that nearly 50% of older adults report regular sleep problems, from insomnia to waking up too early to restless nights. But here's the truth. Poor sleep is not just an inconvenience, it's a health risk. The hidden dangers of poor sleep. When we skimp on sleep, the body suffers in ways we may not see immediately. Poor sleep is linked to memory problems and dementia, because the brain clears toxins only during deep sleep. Weakened immunity, making you more vulnerable to infections. Increased risk of heart disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure. Mood swings, depression, and anxiety. Slower healing and more chronic pain. In fact, one long-term study found that seniors who consistently sleep less than 6 hours per night increase their risk of early death by 12%. So yes, sleep is not optional. It's medicine. Why sleep gets harder with age. Many people wonder, why can't I sleep like I used to? The answer lies in how our bodies change with age. We produce less melatonin, the sleep hormone. Our circadian rhythm, the body's clock, shifts, making us feel tired earlier, but also wake earlier. Medications, chronic pain, and bathroom trips at night can all interrupt rest. Anxiety and loneliness may worsen at night, keeping the brain overactive. But here's the aha. While aging affects sleep, it doesn't mean restless nights are inevitable. Building a healthy sleep routine. Good sleep doesn't start at bedtime. It starts with daily habits. Here's how to create a senior-friendly sleep plan. 1. Stick to a schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even weekends. Your body thrives on rhythm. 2. Create a wind-down ritual. This could be reading, listening to calming music, gentle stretching, or prayer. These cues tell your brain it's time to rest. 3. Limit naps. A short nap of 20-30 minutes is fine, but long afternoon naps can ruin nighttime sleep. 4. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. Coffee, tea, even chocolate can linger in your system for hours. 5. Keep the bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. A fan, blackout curtains, or white noise machine can make a huge difference. The evening choices that matter. Many seniors enjoy tea or coffee in the afternoon or evening without realizing it keeps them up. Even decaf coffee has some caffeine. Switching to herbal teas like chamomile, lavender, or lemon balm can promote calm. And avoid alcohol at night. It may make you fall asleep faster, but it disrupts deep restorative sleep. leaving you groggy in the morning. The technology trap. We live in a world of screens, TVs, phones, tablets. But screens emit blue light, which tricks the brain into thinking it's daytime, suppressing melatonin. That's why scrolling on your phone in bed makes it harder to fall asleep. Try this instead. Turn off screens at least an hour before bed. Replace the habit with something calming. Reading, journaling, or even listening to an audiobook. Battling nighttime wake-ups. Many seniors wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. and struggle to get back to sleep. Instead of lying awake frustrated, here's what to do. Get out of bed and do something calm in dim light, like reading or meditating. Avoid turning on bright lights or checking the clock. It only creates anxiety. When sleepy, return to bed. Over time, this trains your brain to associate bed only with sleep, not stress. Relaxation for better sleep. Stress is one of the biggest sleep killers. Practicing relaxation techniques can help quiet the mind. Deep breathing, inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 6. Progressive muscle relaxation. Tighten and release each muscle group. Gentle bedtime yoga, or Tai Chi. Gratitude journaling. Writing down 3 things you're thankful for before bed. Sleep and healing. Here's why this matters so much. While you sleep, your body goes into repair mode. Cells regenerate, the brain detoxifies, hormones balance, and the immune system strengthens. Without this nightly healing, the body slowly breaks down. So next time you think, I'll just stay up late and sleep less, remember, you're stealing from your body's repair bank. You don't need to fix your sleep in one night. Start with one habit, maybe switching to herbal tea, dimming lights earlier, or sticking to a consistent bedtime. Each small change stacks up to deeper, restorative sleep. Because here's the truth. Good sleep isn't wasted time. It is the foundation of health, memory, and happiness. 4. Protect your mind and spirit. Now, let's move beyond the body. Because health isn't just physical. To truly stay healthy, we must care for our mind and spirit. You can eat perfectly and exercise daily, but if your mind is burdened by stress, loneliness, or hopelessness, your health will still decline. The link between mind and body. Did you know? Stress, depression, and loneliness increase the risk of heart disease, stroke, dementia, and even shorten life expectancy. In fact, researchers say loneliness is as harmful to health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. On the flip side, people with strong emotional health, those who feel connected, purposeful, and joyful, live longer and healthier lives. So protecting your mental and emotional health isn't optional. It's survival. Combating loneliness. Loneliness is a silent epidemic among seniors. Children move away, friends pass on, mobility declines, and suddenly, days become empty. But here's the secret. Connection doesn't have to be complicated. Call one friend or family member daily. Even 10 minutes of laughter or sharing can brighten your mood. Join a group. Whether it's a church, book club, walking group, or community class, being around others strengthens bonds. Volunteer. Helping others creates meaning and builds social circles. Remember, staying socially connected is not a luxury. It's medicine for the heart and mind. Mindfulness and stress relief. Stress doesn't disappear with age. It just takes different forms. Worrying about health, finances, or family. Left unchecked, stress floods the body with cortisol, raising blood pressure, causing weight gain, and weakening immunity. Mindfulness practices like meditation, prayer, or simply sitting quietly focusing on your breath help calm the nervous system. Even 10 minutes daily reduces stress hormones and promotes peace. Here's a quick exercise. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Repeat 5 times. Notice how your body softens. This is medicine, without a pill. Keep learning, keep growing. Another key to mental health is keeping the brain active. The brain is like a muscle. Use it or lose it. Engaging in new activities strengthens connections and builds resilience. Try learning a new language, instrument, or hobby like painting or gardening. Play chess, solve puzzles, or join a trivia group. In fact, studies show seniors who keep learning reduce dementia risk by nearly 30%. The power of gratitude and joy happiness is not something that just happens. It's something we cultivate. Gratitude journaling, laughter, and spending time outdoors all raise serotonin and dopamine, the brain's happy chemicals. A simple habit. Every night, write down 3 things you're grateful for. It shifts focus from problems to blessings, training your brain for positivity. Spiritual health. For many, faith or spirituality provides deep comfort and resilience. Prayer, meditation, or attending services builds peace, community, and a sense of purpose, qualities proven to extend life expectancy. Even if you're not religious, finding meaning through service, family, or creativity nourishes the spirit. Purpose. Longevity. One Japanese study on longevity revealed that people who lived the longest all had one thing in common: ikigai, a reason to wake up each day. Whether it was family, gardening, art, or helping others, having purpose kept them alive and thriving. So ask yourself, what gives me joy? What keeps me going? That's your medicine. Because staying healthy isn't only about avoiding disease. It's about living a life full of meaning, joy, and connection. 5. Get regular checkups, but don't depend only on doctors. Finally, let's talk about the role of doctors and checkups. Here's the reality. Modern medicine is powerful. It can detect problems early, manage chronic conditions, and save lives. But too often, we treat doctors as mechanics, only visiting when something breaks. The power of preventive care, is one of the smartest investments in health. Regular screenings for blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar, bone density, and certain cancers can catch problems when they're small and manageable. For example, high blood pressure often has no symptoms but silently damages the heart and kidneys. A simple checkup can reveal it before it's too late. What screenings matter most for seniors? Blood pressure, at least once a year. Cholesterol and blood sugar, every 1 to 3 years. Bone density, DEXA scan, especially for women over 65. Cancer screenings, colon, breast, prostate, depending on history. Vision and hearing checks, yearly, since these affect balance and safety. The medication trap. Here's where many seniors get stuck. Medications. While prescriptions can save lives, they're often overused. Too many seniors take 5, 10, even 15 pills daily. This leads to side effects, drug interactions, and reduced quality of life. That's why lifestyle matters so much. Food, exercise, sleep, stress management, these are the foundations. Medicines should complement, not replace, healthy habits. Think of it like this. Your doctor can give you medicine, but you give yourself health. Being your own advocate. Don't be a passive patient. Ask questions. Keep a list of medications. Request explanations for every test and prescription. Doctors see many patients each day. You are the one most invested in your health. Bring a family member to appointments if needed. Take notes, and never be afraid to say, "Is this necessary? Are there natural alternatives? What lifestyle changes could I make instead?" Integrating modern and natural approaches. Many seniors find benefit in combining traditional medicine with natural approaches. Nutrition and supplements, like vitamin D, omega-3, gentle practices like yoga or Tai Chi for pain and balance. Mind-body therapies like meditation for blood pressure. Always check with your doctor, but don't underestimate lifestyle as a form of medicine. Health beyond the clinic. Remember, your doctor sees you a few times a year. The real healing happens in your kitchen, your bedroom, your daily walk, your relationships. That's where long-term health is built. So yes, get regular checkups, but don't depend only on doctors. Take responsibility for your daily choices. Because at the end of the day, the best doctor you'll ever have is you. So there you have it. 5 powerful steps to stay healthy. Eat real food, move daily, sleep well, protect your mind, and take charge of your health. If this video inspired you, hit that subscribe button because we're building a community that believes life after 50 can be vibrant, energetic, and full of joy. And don't forget to click the bell so you never miss the tips that could change your health forever. Now I want to hear from you. If you could change just one daily habit starting tomorrow to feel healthier, what would it be? Share it in the comments below, because your story could inspire someone else. And if you're wondering which foods are secretly making seniors sick, click on the video right here. I promise, it will surprise you.